What is up, everyone? I am, of course, the Joker, and today I'm bringing you the most random, the most weirdest deck profile I've by far ever done on this channel, and it, of course, is my Toon Kaiju Gradle deck profile. Now, this deck is way out of the box and the most random thing I've ever come up with, and I just had to show you guys this deck profile. I came up with this idea because, you know, Christmas is coming up, so I thought, why not build a deck that's sole purpose is to take your opponent's field? Because, you know, it's the season of giving, but who says you have to give your field? That's right. So I thought, why not build a deck that is purely and simply just around your opponent giving you their field, non-willingly, of course, just, you know, for the fun of it. So that's why I came up with this deck profile, and I really hope you guys do enjoy it. And, you know, before I get into this deck profile, there is one more thing I want to say, and it is, with Wednesdays, you know, I want to keep on bringing you guys these wacky, these weird deck profiles. I want to be bringing you guys the stuff that isn't meta, isn't OP. I want to be saving the meta stuff for Mondays, so I'll make it more meta Monday. And if you guys want me to do a wacky deck, it will probably be on Wednesdays. And, you know, Friday is just going to be the fun Friday videos. That's what I want to kind of bring with this channel, you know, have the meta Mondays, the wacky Wednesdays, and the fun Fridays. But, you know, comment your ideas down below if this is what you guys want me to do, if this is the kind of direction you guys want me to go in. And, you know, if you don't want to comment down below, you can always hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. All the links to those things will be in the description down below. But, you know, without further ado, let's just get right into this deck profile, because that, of course, is why you guys clicked onto this video. So, with the monster lineup, what we are, of course, running is that triple Relinquish, because Relinquish, of course, as I said, this is a Relinquish Kaiju Toon deck, so Relinquish, of course, has to be in this deck, and is one of the old school but really nicer cards that involve taking your opponent's monsters. And then for the Great Up lineup, I'm, of course, running the triple Cobra, the triple Eagle, and the triple Alligator, because these three are just the better ones, of course. These are the ones that you want to be running. These, of course, if you want to be running those Gradle cards, you know, these are definitely the ones that are a lot better. And in my personal opinion, these are the ones I personally like a lot more than all those other Gradle cards. But that is actually it for the monster lineup. With this monster lineup, it's pretty small, it's pretty fun, and that's why I love playing this deck, just as a fun local, you know, deck to play with your mates. Not going to tournaments, just a fun deck to play with your mates. And, you know, it doesn't rely on a lot of monsters, as you can see, which really does make this deck a lot of fun to play. But then moving on to the spell side of this deck, as you can see, this is a heavy spell deck. Like, so don't play this against people that, you know, have that anti-spell fragrance and all that. But, I mean, this is still a fun deck to play that you can always enjoy. So with the spell lineup, I'm, of course, running the triple Black Illusion Ritual to get out Relinquish, the triple Preparation of Rites to search for a Black Illusion Ritual, as well as Relinquish. And then, because I did say this is part Toon, of course, with the Toon lineup, I'm running that triple Toon Kingdom, the triple Cosmic Cyclone, the triple Toon Tables of Content, the triple Terraforming to search for my Toon Kingdom, and then that double Field Barrier to protect my Toon Kingdom. Now, as I've said with my past Toon videos of me doing a lot of Toon deck profiles, because clearly, as you guys can probably tell by now, Toons are one of my favorite old school decks, and they're just the ones I really like playing, so I do use Toons quite a lot in my different videos. But I mean, if you don't have Toon Kingdom, because I know it's a pretty expensive card for a lot of people, and this is just a fun version to play this deck. So I mean, if you want to be the really, really fun old school way, just run the Toon World, and instead of having Field Barrier and the Terraforming, you can switch them out for just either more protection, or you can run the whole Kaiju lineup with those 5 cards, you know, just 4 Kaiju monsters and that 1 interrupted Kaiju Slumber. But those are, of course, completely up to you guys, and if you need any other help, feel free to comment down below, because that's just what I'm here to do for you. You know, I'm here to help you guys and just, you know, help as much as I possibly can. And with this deck profile of the last spells, you know, I'm running that 1 Mind Control and the 1 Regeki. And if you don't have Regeki, put in Dark Hole. I mean, and then eventually you can hopefully get a Regeki for yourself, because of course Regeki is a lot better. And then Mind Control, you know, because this deck's sole purpose is taking your opponent's field, Mind Control is just one of the nicer cards to do it. And then moving on to the last part of the main deck of this deck, of course, is the Trap lineup. Now with the Trap lineup, there is literally only 6 traps in this deck. Is the Solemn Brigade of the double Solemn Strike and the 1 Solemn Warning to stop my opponent's monster summons, and the triple Storming Mirror Force straight up for that protection. But that, of course, is it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck, and I want to specify with this extra deck, you've got to keep in mind that I'm running the Gradle lineup, and I'm also running the Toon lineup, and the only monster I'm running is Relinquish. So a lot of the monsters that I have, I don't want to be getting rid of. I don't want to be going into the extra deck that much, because, you know, a lot of my monsters will be taking my opponent's stuff. So this is basically, you know, an extra deck you can go into. Here's some options that you can go into, but it's also kind of to, you know, risk with your opponent. It's the first game that you play, and if you want to, you know, even if it's a fun one and they don't know what you're playing, it's always a little bit of a funny trick to play on them when you say that you've got an extra deck, but you really don't. And with this extra deck, you know, it's just the generic links we can bring up: Decode, Tregate Wizard, Binary Sorceress, the double proxies, Mistar Boy, because, you know, all your Gradles are water, IB, because, you know, water and any of their monsters, and, you know, Link Spider, depending on if you take one of their generic monsters. But I mean, with these links, you're not going to be going into them that much. It's just a fun thing you can always show off, and really it does look nice right next to you, and it's as simple as that. It's just a really nice thing to have, and even if you don't go into it, you know, it's always there just in case. It's better to have it and not use it than not have it and want to be able to use it and all that. And then for the last part of this deck, you know, it's the side deck. And with the side deck, as I've said in the past, you know, it's all up to personal choice. It depends on completely what you guys want to run. It depends on what you guys are facing at your current locals and tournaments. If you don't know what to use against particular decks, you know, I'm here to help you guys. As I've said in the past, just hit me up in the comment section or hit me up on any of those social network sites I've said earlier in this video. And of course, the links to them will be in the description down below. But of course, here are some nice options you can always run. I mean, Ghost Ogre is always a nice option in your side deck. The Denko Sekka, because, you know, the only traps you run in this deck are protection. Kaijus are always nice to have. I mean, if you don't want to run Kaijus and you want to be running Lava Golem, or if you want to be running Santa Claus, it's completely up to you. Just something to get over your opponent's monsters that can't be targeted and destroyed quite easily. The One Dark Hole, you know, now if you don't have Regeki, that's another, this is just here, you know, you can run Dark Hole, but I mean, if you want to be running Dark Hole and Regeki instead of the Mind Control, that's another option. I mean, Dark Hole's just always nice to have. Then for that back removal, you know, you've got the triple Cosmic Cyclone, because Cosmic Cyclone is just always nice to get rid of that back row removal. Then, you know, we've got the double dimensional barrier, because, you know, pendulums and all that, it's really nice. And I know I've got this in secret. This card does come in common, but the fact I've got it in secret, I'm sorry, I'm just going to use it in secret. It looks a lot nicer, and I do hope you guys can understand that. And then for the last side deck card, now this is a card I'm going to be using a lot of my extra decks now. Expect to see this probably a lot. And it is actually double exchange, of course, in secret rare, both rarities. And, you know, this card, in my opinion, it's really going to be useful. I really see that this card should be making a comeback. I know a lot of people probably won't run it, but I feel as if you probably should, because, you know, hand traps are a big thing in this game lately. I mean, you've got Ghost Ash, you've got Ghost Ogre, Ash Blossom, Ghost Reaper, you've got Droll and Lockbird, you've got all those annoying hand traps that you just don't want to deal with. Hell, you've even got Maxi if you really wanted to stop them on that. And I mean, of course, you'd be setting up your field, but, you know, set all your opponent's stuff. A lot of the cards, you know, in this deck, you've got Relinquish, so you've got all that. You could set that Preparation of Rats, you can set the stuff that, you know, you're not going to be using that much of, and just use Exchange on your opponent to take something that, you know, potentially stop you, which is really useful to use against them. But that's actually it for this deck profile on my Toon Kaiju Gradle deck profile. You know, just something fun I came up with. I really hope you guys did enjoy it, and if you did, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button too. And as always, if there is any other decks, tips, or any other Yu-Gi-Oh videos you guys want me to make, feel free to comment down below or hit me up on those social networks, and I'll be happy to make those videos for you guys, because that's just what I love doing. But of course, till then, until the next video, I hope you guys have fun dueling. And that, of course, ends it for me, the Joker, and I'll see you next time, everybody.